Fill your glasses up and put your headphones in, because it's time for Off the Script. And all you fucking goons and assholes, get in line and hit subscribe, because it's time for Off the Script. Hit the like button and share it around. You can even pull your fucking pants down, because it's time for Off the Script with JD from New York 206, because it's time for Off the Script, because it's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel on this Monday afternoon, May 1st, 2017. I'm going to go over everything that people seem to be confused about with Payback. Some things that we learned from Payback, some things that were really confusing to some as it concerns Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho and the whole United States Championship title picture, what Finn Balor is going to be doing following Payback, where is his next feud going to come from, what's going to happen with Dean Ambrose following the Intercontinental Championship's absence from Payback. What about Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman? The Hardy Boys, are they becoming broken or not? Was last night the first sign of the broken universe coming to the WWE? We're going to talk about that, plus so much more right here on Off the Script Extra. I want to apologize for not getting part 3 up for you guys on Sunday. A lot of you guys have asked what is happening with part 3 of Off the Script. It is still on Sunday. I've been doing it on Monday lately because I've been taking Sunday off just to kind of relax and spend some time with myself and reflect. You know, I didn't really want the burden of working and sitting here for 2 hours doing a podcast and then uploading it and do everything that I have to do to get it up for you guys. So I took a step back and I just said, you know what, let's do it on Monday instead for the time being. Hopefully I could get it up on Sunday this coming week, but I want to apologize to you guys for not having it up on Sunday. Whatever I was planning on doing on Sunday, I'm actually going to give you guys tomorrow in a full-blown hour video, man. I got a ton of news. I got news on Vince McMahon again. Rumors of Vince McMahon, really concerned with Kevin Owens' weight. I got news on Daniel Bryan potentially leaving SmackDown Live as the general manager. I got news on Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena happening at WrestleMania 34 instead of Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. A ton of stuff we're going to go over, and I'll give you that in an Off the Script Extra video tomorrow, just so that you guys are up to date on literally everything. If you guys missed the Payback review and results video that I did last night, is live on the channel right now. If you guys want to go check parts 1 and 2 of Off the Script this past weekend, episode 167, they are live on the channel right now, and they're also live on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music. It's May 1st, guys, so that means we got to start the process all over again. We had the most signups for Audible in this show's history. We've been partnered with Audible for 3 months now, and April was the biggest and best month yet. I want to try and even do better for May. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Audible is giving you guys 30 days free to try the service out with 1 free audiobook of your choice, and a lot of people are cashing in still on the AJ Lee book, which is narrated by AJ Lee Mendez herself. So you guys can go pick that up for free. Crazy is My Superpower is the name of that one. And there's over 180,000 books to choose from if you guys don't want anything wrestling related. Audible is awesome. It is compatible with both iPhone and Android devices. Make sure you guys pick that up, or whatever your heart desires, on audibletrial.com/offthescript. Do that, and it's a great fucking way to support the channel and the podcast. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. You guys kicked ass in April. More shout-outs coming for Friday's episode of Off the Script. And if you guys want to get shouted out, if you guys want to be a part of Team JD, $1 a month goes a long way, man. We are over 320 patrons right now, and we had over 150 patrons alone for the month of April, man. You guys fucking are absolutely beasts. Savages. Downright savages. If you guys want to pledge monthly, you guys can certainly do so, man. Read the mission statement on there. We are looking to aim towards SummerSlam. I want to be a part of the SummerSlam festivities this year in New York City, hopefully with my man Justin LaBar. Again, it's always a great time. He has come down for the last 2 summers and spent the days he's here with me. So it's awesome, and I don't want to try and have that happen again. We hosted an event last year in Brooklyn as he went, and that was hosted by him and Wrestling Reality, and Sheamus was there. We had Noel Foley there, so I want to try and do that, but even bigger this year. So hopefully we can do that. So you guys are well aware how important the Patreon is. If you guys want to pledge, it's patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Try LootCrate.com/offthescript. If you guys are interested or have been interested in LootCrate, we are finally sponsored by LootCrate. And I'm giving you guys the unique link to my partner page. You go there, trylootcrate.com/offthescript. You enter the coupon code JDFROMNY, and you're going to save 10% off any subscription that Loot Crate offers, man. So make sure you guys do that. It's a fucking great way to support the show. And Loot Crate is an awesome, awesome product. We should have a WWE Slam Crate, hopefully by Friday, to unbox on Off the Script. And finally, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. If you guys want to look good and represent the show and the channel through a barbershop window, man. 9 different designs, $19.99. They ship worldwide. No matter where you are able to get your very own Off the Script merchandise. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. We are an official partner of Pro Wrestling Tees and Barbershop Window. Shout out to those fine people over at Pro Wrestling Tees. Thank you guys so much for everything. If you're not following me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, please do so. Hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell for the notification, man. Thank you guys for 78. We finally hit 78,000 subscribers. Payback. I thought it was a thumbs-up show, man. Great match between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Great match between Neville and Austin Aries. Great match. Finally, I feel it within me, I could say. Great women's championship match between Alexa Bliss and Bayley. I love the ending of Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Finally, Roman, even though he was only half of a man, and WWE really nailed that point home, Braun Strowman, in the end, got a victory clean over Roman Reigns. The Tag Team Championship match with the Hardys. I was going to say the Broken Hardys. We might be seeing the Broken Hardys sooner rather than later. With the Hardys over Sheamus and Cesaro, who turned heel last night against the over baby faces of the Hardys, man. So, a lot of stuff happened at Payback. It was one of those pay-per-views that wasn't really built up all that well. We went into it not expecting anything at all. And usually when WWE presents a pay-per-view in that light, it usually overexceeds everybody's expectations because we're expecting nothing going in. So everybody worked hard last night, and I went over that completely in the review. If you guys missed it, link would be in the annotation that you see right on the screen in front of you. But Payback has come and gone. It's over with. Last night from the SAP Arena in San Jose, California. A lot of surprises last night, including Jericho winning the United States Championship over Kevin Owens, and something that a lot of people really did not predict. You know, it really makes me look stupid because I honestly thought Jericho, he's been rumored to be stepping away. He's got touring with Fozzy. He's got a new album to be recorded with Fozzy. You know, he's got his own shit going on with his podcast and other projects. So, obviously, everybody was reporting, including the bigger guys like Meltzer and Alvarez and Satin. Everybody's been reporting that Jericho is going to be taking a leave of absence to do his other projects and that he was going to come back later this year. So it really didn't make any sense for Kevin Owens to lose the United States Championship if he was only going to end up getting it back anyway before Jericho leaves. Nobody understood that booking decision. It's as if Vince McMahon wanted to say, fuck you to the bookies and fuck you to the fans. So Jericho won the United States Championship from Kevin Owens in a shocking outcome that nobody expected. Alexa Bliss won the Raw Women's Championship after defeating Bayley. This one was a 50-50 split. People thought that Bayley was going to win because they figured that WWE was going to save that statistic and accolade for Charlotte to become the first one to hold the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships post-brand split. They wanted her to be the first female to do that. They didn't think it was going to go to Alexa Bliss. And then the other side, you got Bayley in her hometown of San Jose. You know how WWE likes to fuck everybody who's coming into their hometown. They like to really stick it to the performer and have them lose in front of their hometown crowd. That's what WWE is notorious for. So in what was, a shocker to me, Alexa Bliss won the Raw Women's Championship, beating Bayley, becoming the first female to hold both the Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Championships post-brand split. And this was the second best match of the night, the best women's championship match I've seen since, I believe it was that first match. I think it was either the first match or the Falls Count Anywhere match between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Those are the two best women matches in recent memory on the main roster. This was easily Alexa Bliss's best match to date. And this was Bayley's best main roster match to date. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Second best match tonight, Alexa Bliss wins the Raw Women's Championship. Now, how much of this was actually planned, and when did WWE come up with this stuff? Well, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Sunday night, post-Payback, there were a few finishes changed the very day of the show. Now, the match between Austin Aries and Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship, Neville was originally scheduled to win this match clean. But WWE changed their minds and had Aries get the win by disqualification, thus keeping the feud going and giving Austin Aries and Neville more time to build up this feud for Austin Aries to eventually take the title from Neville at Extreme Rules. The match between Alexa Bliss and Bayley, the WWE is rumored to have gone back and forth a few times over who would walk out with the Women's Championship. WWE finally decided on Alexa winning the championship after changing their minds several times during the afternoon. With the win, like I said, Alexa Bliss became the first female to hold the Raw and SmackDown women's titles. She defeated Bayley, who was wrestling in front of her hometown crowd. I don't mind that Alexa Bliss won the title. If we got that match the way it was presented last night, I'm fine because both women looked great. I was a little confused by the ending and how they scripted that. Like I mentioned in my review, we had the sunset flip, and that spot with Alexa Bliss, Bayley kicked out, and she went like head first into the post, as if she avoided the turnbuckle. So obviously the steel post was going to be more damaging to Bayley than if she hit the turnbuckle. So I don't know why she completely avoided the turnbuckle there, but went shoulder first and head first into the steel post, giving Alexa Bliss the win. I mean, it was a little silly, but I'm not gonna hold that against them because it was a great match between Bayley and Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship. Austin Aries, listen, I don't mind Austin Aries not winning the championship. I think Neville is doing the best work of his career right now as a heel. He's a believable heel. The ending gave Neville more heel heat to add to the fire of this feud. It's only going to agitate and anger Austin Aries more. We know that these guys have the capability of stealing the show any time that they go into the ring. Now, we're heading towards Extreme Rules. We got Backlash with SmackDown. Then I think we got Extreme Rules and then Money in the Bank. So those are the next pay-per-views coming up for both Raw and SmackDown, respectively. What if we get a ladder match between Austin Aries and Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship? I like that a lot, man. And that could be a stipulation in which it finally gives Austin Aries a win over Adrian Neville, or Neville. So that would protect Neville from not being pinned, and it would give Austin Aries and Neville an outlet to really let their frustrations fly here for the Cruiserweight Championship. So that is the latest on the booking changes as far as Payback goes last night from San Jose, California. Now, some people were confused as to what happened with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Like I said, Jericho won the United States Championship from Kevin Owens in a really eye-opening conclusion to their match. Nobody understood the reasoning behind this. As a result, with the outcome, Owens lost the United States Championship. Jericho is now a member of SmackDown Live with the United States Championship, being that the Intercontinental Championship has a new home on Monday Night Raw. The only thing mentioned in the stipulation was that Jericho would be either moving to SmackDown or staying on Raw. There was no mention of Owens at all. People were confused by this after the outcome of this match. People still were not clear if Owens will be staying on SmackDown with the loss or if he would be taking Jericho's place on Monday Night Raw. Road Dogg actually took to Twitter to clarify the situation, saying that Owens is still on SmackDown Live after the loss. So he says that Kevin Owens is a SmackDown Live talent, and now Jericho is US champ and is a SmackDown talent as well. So fans were complaining to Road Dogg that they did not explain it that well on TV. I got to give this one to Road Dogg. They did everything that they could to explain this. It's really self-explanatory. It's the people that are fucking goons that don't really listen all that well. All you needed to know is that if Jericho wins the United States Championship, that's all you need to know. He's on SmackDown. If they said anything about Owens moving to Monday Night Raw, they would have said it. So they did not say it, thus it was not going to happen. People want to misconstrue everything and make everything a big deal. Jericho won the title. He's on SmackDown Live. Just base it off your own fucking assumption. The IC title's on Raw. That doesn't mean the US title's going to be on Raw too. That means Jericho's on SmackDown. They made no mention of Owens moving to Raw. Owens is still a SmackDown Live employee. Leave it at that. So people were complaining that WWE did not really explain that well on TV. Road Dogg fired back saying, maybe we could have done better, but a lot of people understood it. Lesson learned, though. So Road Dogg taking the high road there with the people complaining on social media, but it was honestly really self-explanatory. Jeff Hardy loses a tooth last night during the Tag Team Championship match at Payback, and holy shit, did Bryan Alvarez rip Sheamus a new asshole. Last night, via Wrestling Observer Radio, Bryan Alvarez went on an extensive rant about Sheamus and the Tag Team Championship title match and what happened with Jeff Hardy in the match last night. For his in-ring actions, and this is exactly what Bryan Alvarez had to say. Jeff Hardy was not moving. He was not crawling. He was absolutely, positively as still as could be. He sat up, he gave himself to his opponent to kick him. Sheamus had a non-moving target. All he had to do was kick him in the chest, the shoulder, or whatever. This fucking guy kicks Jeff Hardy right in the fucking mouth and knocks his tooth out. Number one, how could you be that bad at your job? That's ridiculous and hard to fathom. Number two, Jeff wasn't even moving. He wasn't moving a fucking muscle. This guy kicked him in the mouth and knocked his tooth out. If this would have been the first time, fine. No, Sheamus is the guy who ended the career of Daniel Bryan. How? Well, Daniel Bryan was laying there, giving the guy his head. Sheamus booted him as hard as he fucking could, gave him a concussion, and that was the end of Daniel Bryan's career. You fucking suck at your job. I would never wrestle you. In 1,000 years, for no amount of money, would I wrestle Sheamus. I have no respect for him as a worker. I would not hire him. Quite frankly, if it were my company, I'd fire him. I'd go, head out there, get on the indie scene, and practice because you suck. And if you get better, you can come back. Can we fucking stop hurting people? End quote. I don't know if Sheamus deserved that type of lashing, but it really is eye-opening that Sheamus is a little bit too physical in the ring. And I don't know if people are picking up on that or if people are concerned in the WWE. I really don't know. You know, Bryan Alvarez may have went a little bit too harsh there, but you gotta understand where he's coming from. You know, he does make a valid point. Jeff Hardy was not moving. He was not moving. Sheamus, and I watched the replay back, it was a swift fucking kick right in the face. He could have kicked him anywhere else, like Alvarez said, in the shoulder, in the gut. With the head injuries being plenty, not only in wrestling, but in sports in general, you gotta be careful about what you're doing in the ring. And I would be shocked if people seen that back and seen Jeff Hardy's condition after that match and they did not say something to Sheamus. I am not saying that I am in complete agreement here with Bryan Alvarez, but I certainly see his point. I mean, I would not fire Sheamus. I would not rip into him like that. Sheamus is a quality hand in the ring, but, you know, the match was intense. You know, adrenaline is running high. Mistakes happen. But Sheamus definitely could have went about that situation in a better way to avoid this missing tooth fiasco here by Jeff Hardy. He did lose a tooth during the match. You've seen it. It's on WWE.com. It's on WWE's YouTube page if you guys want to go see it. Jeff has a complete missing spot in his mouth. So I understand where Alvarez is coming from, but I think he may have went a little bit too harsh. Sheamus got to do a better job at really easing up a little bit in the ring, because we know that he can get a little bit feisty in there, and things just they turn out to be what they did last night with Jeff Hardy. So Jeff Hardy did lose a tooth. He will be fine. The Hardy Boys, in fact, have a tag team title match tonight against the Golden Truth. On the pre-show, the Golden Truth came out and said that they want the winner for whatever reason. I guess they're being granted a title shot for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe they're tired of Titus Catering, and then they actually want to, you know, go back out there and work. Who the fuck knows? But the Golden Truth versus the Hardys will take place tonight on Monday Night Raw. Wow, I can't wait for that one. So we'll see what happens. They did tease more during the pre-show and during the match itself. Chance of delete, obsolete, Brother Nero. The post-match attack could be, everybody is thinking the same way that I am, it could be the beginning stages of Matt Hardy becoming broken, because he was left in a heap of his own blood, sweat, and tears last night as Sheamus kicked his head off. Matt Hardy was busted open underneath his left eye, I believe. There was blood trickling down his forehead. Really brutal match. It was very, very physical. This could be the beginning stages of the Hardys becoming broken. We won't know until we see Monday Night Raw tonight, but there were rumors that I reported earlier in the week that WWE wanted to make this lawsuit with Anthem Entertainment, Anthem Sports, and Impact Wrestling to go away by the weekend. So we will know for sure what happens with the broken gimmick on Monday Night Raw. But that is the latest right now with the Hardys and Jeff Hardy's missing tooth and what Bryan Alvarez said about Sheamus. The House of Horrors, we went over this last night in the review, where it was filmed became a big deal for those assholes in my review saying, you know, to ease up and enjoy it for what it is. I do not let stupidity and illogical booking fly, my friends. So if you're complaining about me complaining about something that I should just engulf myself in and have fun with, I never overlook stupidity. Okay? And yes, it's a big deal to me because it's blatant right in front of your face. So the big thing about the House of Horrors is where it was filmed. Okay? So where was this fucking thing filmed? It was filmed clearly last week when WWE was in Kansas City, Missouri. They found a home in Richmond, Missouri. And this thing was listed on an apartment website for $36,000. Okay, the address is 39115 Business 10 Highway, Richmond, Missouri. People actually found this place and tweeted it out. And that was the house that was used in the House of Horrors match. A lot of people were complaining, Some people loved it, some people hated it. I was enjoying it for the most part until we seen logic gaps everywhere. And then they get into the ring, and that was more of something for me to complain about. All my complaints are valid. Every single one of them. I do not overlook illogical booking, okay? If you're booking something like this, it's tough to not complain about it when it's staring you right in the face. It's pitch black outside, but we know WWE's in California, but it's still daylight when they arrive in the arena, you know? And clearly, the investigators on YouTube and on Twitter and on social media, you know, they just blew this whole thing wide open. So it's kind of tough to just dive in there and realize, you know, let me suspend my belief a little bit. No, I don't fly that way. And if you guys have been watching me, you guys know exactly how I am. I tell it like it is. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else who's gonna fucking suck the cock of WWE. That will not be me. Okay? Speaking of the House of Horrors, live crowd chants of boring rang out through the SAP Arena in San Jose. People started out with the Fireflies, and then the Fireflies seemed to die, and chants of boring began to fill the arena. So people did not like the House of Horrors taped segment during the pay-per-view, and thankfully this match is over. Or this feud is over, rather. Then we seen Jinder Mahal and the Bollywood Boys. They came out and helped Bray Wyatt win, which is something that I didn't really want to see. We could have seen whatever we seen there on Tuesday night. Bray Wyatt should have won this match clean. That was my point. After everything that they've done to bury Bray Wyatt, take the title off him at WrestleMania in one of the worst matches of the night, then he comes back in a House of Horrors match, which was clearly, you know, a fucking rush plan, right? It was for the WWE title, then it wasn't for the WWE title. Then you're going to have him win by outside interference? You mean to tell me Bray Wyatt couldn't beat Randy Orton by himself after what he did to Randy Orton inside that house? Come on, bro. Bray Wyatt deserves a little bit more better than that. And you guys know that for a fact. But the crowd during the pre-tape segment in the arena were chanting boring at the House of Horrors. We also found that Shinsuke Nakamura will be debuting in-ring at Backlash. There were several Backlash promos last night during Payback, and it features the one and only Shinsuke Nakamura. Michael Cole even announced that Nakamura will be making his in-ring debut for SmackDown Live at Backlash against Dolph Ziggler. They didn't say Dolph Ziggler, but we can assume it's Dolph Ziggler, being that that's the one he's feuding with right now for the past couple of weeks. Nakamura and Ziggler will definitely have a great match. I'm very excited to see what they do with Nakamura, and Nakamura will be in Chicago, so you know that building is going to be absolutely on fire for Shinsuke Nakamura. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with all of that. I think that's pretty much what we got here as far as Payback. Let me see what else I got here. As far as news and notes, we know the Hardys are challenging Golden Truth. We know the Hardys continue to tease being broken. The Miz. The Miz and Dolph, not The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. That was a great feud, but The Miz and Finn Balor. Finn Balor was on Miz TV, and he explained that he is coming back for the Universal Championship. And The Miz really poked fun at Finn Balor, saying, "Do you really know who the Universal Champion is?" And scoffs at Finn Balor. And Balor's like, I'm well aware of who the Universal Champion is. You know, that's never stopped me before in the past. I've faced bigger men all my life, says Finn Balor. So they really are dropping a tease about Balor getting back into the Universal Championship title picture, even though he's definitely deserved a rematch. He never lost the title. So he deserves an opportunity to regain the title back after what happened at SummerSlam last year. Miz poking fun at him. There are rumors going around that Finn Balor is going one-on-one with Bray Wyatt and going to start a new feud with Bray Wyatt following Payback. I'm hearing different now. I'm hearing The Miz and Finn Balor is going to be a match. And I believe I read this morning that Bray Wyatt is going to be challenging for the Intercontinental Championship. And they're going to be reigniting a feud with Dean Ambrose. I actually like this better. I did not want to see Dean Ambrose and The Miz again. I was kind of interested in a Finn Balor-Bray Wyatt feud, but we can always visit that. We can always visit that down the line. I like Balor and The Miz, and the combination there better because it's fresh. And being that we got Ambrose and Wyatt, which really didn't do anything as far as excitement goes last time they feuded, I could see this being a different story now with the title being on the line. You know, Bray Wyatt back, you know, challenging for a championship, which, you know, I would love to see happen. You know, I would take that. I would take Bray Wyatt challenging and winning the Intercontinental Championship. You know, Dean Ambrose, you know, if he gets that aggression back, I think those two can have a great feud for the Intercontinental Championship. And especially leading into Extreme Rules, we could see some crazy shit happening with Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. I like it. I like to switch up. I like the plan here. Miz and Balor and Ambrose and Bray Wyatt for the Intercontinental Championship. That's where WWE looks to be headed right now. So we can see them going that direction and see what happens on Monday Night Raw. We might get more of the Miz and Finn Balor tonight on Monday Night Raw. Jericho won the United States Championship. People were confused about what would happen with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. They are both on Smackdown Live. I think that's pretty much it, man. We went over literally everything for Payback here in this off-the-script extra. And yeah, that's it, man. There's nothing else. You guys know everything else that happened. Alexa Bliss becoming the first woman to win the Raw and SmackDown Championship for the women's division. Post-brand split, Sheamus and Cesaro turned heel, facilitating possibly the Broken Universe. So that's pretty much it, man. Payback was a thumbs-up show. A lot of illogical booking gaps, but I'm not going to let that take away from the show that it was. Everybody worked their ass off. I enjoyed it for the most part. Hopefully WWE can keep that momentum tonight on Monday Night Raw. If I hear anything else, I will definitely let you guys know. I do have another off-the-script extra video coming tomorrow with a ton of news. Make sure you guys tune in to that. I don't know what time it's going to go up. It could be anywhere between 12 noon and 4 p.m. So make sure you guys look out for that. But if you're subscribed and hit the bell for the notification, you will be notified. And follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206, and you guys will definitely be notified. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up. Payback. Decent show. Hopefully WWE can continue that going on into Monday Night Raw tonight. I am, of course, JD. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all later tonight for Monday Night Raw review. Until then, take care, enjoy your Mondays, and I'll see you tonight for Monday Night Raw.